So helping those earthbound ghosts or to cross over, maybe you can share some of you have some on this?
Mhm. Yeah, there are a lot of ways to go about it. So
Yes,
really depends on your interest and how would you like to do it. But even right now, you could close your eyes, relax like
yes,
we did last time, and
yes,
imagine putting the filter. People who are alive become invisible to you. Have you seen X-Men, for example?
okay,
Yeah. So in X-Men, there's a scene where Professor X, that bald guy, will put
yes,
on
yes,
this helmet and
to,
allow
to
himself to
sense
see.
many people.
Yes, you can
Yes, all the
imagine.
mutant. Yes,
Absolutely. So imagine having the setting
yes,
that you put on the
yes,
awareness that will allow you to
okay,
see only those that have passed away. You will block out,
okay,
your reticular activating system will block out anything that's in the background as in people or alive beings because they're here, they're fine. So we're gonna put
okay.
this field that filter, we're not gonna look at them,
Mm,
we're gonna look at
mm,
only those that have crossed over, that have passed away.
mm.
And you allow yourself to see. It's like you can always change the filter by command. Allow,
Okay.
like, see the invisible. So if you're exploring stuff
Mm,
and there's something happening but you don't see it, see the invisible. And you give yourself a command, give yourself
mm,
consciousness to give your consciousness a command, a clear tool, clear setting, one sentence to do something. So whether you see more or whether you put a filter, only see
mm,
those that have passed away, and you will
mm,
sense the energy. You might see
mm,
a globe and just few like rice grains. When you zoom in, it's gonna
okay.
be people, or you can focus on in your vicinity, someone who's close in your neighborhood. You
Mm,
just sit here in your room, close your eyes,
mm,
relax, and imagine like being a camera view, a bird, for example, who can fly through your neighborhood. Is just your point of awareness, as if you were looking through your own eyes. Imagine maybe you're walking on the street, maybe you're driving a car, but when you look through your eyes,
mm,
you're moving through the scape and you can look around. While
mm,
physically you're sitting here in your room with your eyes closed,
mm,
you imagine yourself moving through your neighborhood with the intention that you will
mm.
see only those that have passed away and are sticking
Okay.
here. And then
Okay.
someone else will pop up. It might look like a real
Mm,
human being. It's not going to be a
mm,
ghost,
mm,
shadowy figure, a
mm,
light figure.
mm,
It's going to be a real person. But what happens is
mm.
that you put a filter that you will not see people who are alive. You will only see those that
Oh,
have
okay,
passed
okay.
away, but they
Yes,
look
yes,
real,
yes.
like you, physical. You can touch them,
Mm,
flesh and everything
mm,
else. And then you can talk to them. Then you can even imagine a realm, like you've created a realm for the entity to go. You can same
mm,
create a realm for these beings to regain the memories of their past lives, to
mm,
understand reality better, to remember their abilities, to, like
mm,
anything you would like them to get, you create this place.
mm,
And when you spot
mm,
someone in the street or anywhere around the world, really, you allow them to go into the space. So you can just
mm,
imagine
mm.
taking that person, just imagine
Like a
teleporting.
pocket rim. Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Pocket rim.
Yes,
You
pocket.
are okay, okay,
Right.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So that would be one way. You can also have a conversation with them. A lot of people have limiting beliefs. For example, they have
Yes.
decided that, well, their physical body, like, you know, drops dead, the person passes away, but their consciousness
Mm,
is based on their beliefs, feels like, oh, I'm
okay.
gonna wait for my sister, or Mr.
Mm,
Jesus will come and save me. It was
mm,
written in the Bible. And so they tend to stick around Earth. They might be
mm,
standing next to their grave, but they're waiting for Jesus to come and take them because they've read
mm.
about it and this is their belief.
Yes,
So people will
Jesus
be
never
stuck.
come. Yes.
um, and you could
Okay.
you could go and talk to them, but
Okay.
you don't have to save everyone. It, some people will not want to change their beliefs, and if you would try to push them
Okay.
into a better realm,
Uh,
they're like, hey, you're the
okay.
bad guy.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it really
Okay.
depends. But those, a lot of people, they're not that programmed, they're not that limited, they're lost. A lot of people, and
Mm,
again, you can define what you would like to see. people who have passed away that are
Yes.
looking for the way out. Let's say they do
Yes.
not want to go into white light and do not want to reincarnate. So now you open
Yes.
yourself to even more clearer beings that you're going to connect. Not everyone that passes away, but those that are looking for the way out.
Oh, okay.
So you
Okay.
you you just like make it easier for yourself, and then
Okay.
you lead
Okay.
them. So whether you would grab their hand and teleport somewhere, whether you would create a space and allow them to go into your pocket dimension, really depends.
Oh.
But again, like it's up to your creativity with how you would like to move that person, or you can even like give them that perception or awareness where you walk up to a person and say, well, you've passed away, you don't want to reincarnate, but I'm going to tell you your consciousness is free, you're limitless,
Oh.
and you can create your own reality. So some people, you know how they have this fear of, oh, there's going to be an archon and they're going to try to deceive me. Well, you
Oh.
walk up to a person and tell them that they can create their own reality. Just a little reminder, because they're
Okay.
lost and scared. So you give them that, you know, pat on a back that everything's going to be fine. You are in the creator position. You create your own
Okay.
reality. And sometimes that's all they need. Like, oh, everything's fine. Yeah. And then they can start creating.
Okay. There's a saying that I can tell them to connect to their higher self.
Yes,
Uh,
absolutely. Yeah,
there's a saying. I think I read something.
you can
Ask them
definitely
to
do that.
connect to their higher self.
Yes.
But if they don't have higher self, they don't have soul. Oh no. So
Oh,
those dead people, they have higher self. All those dead people have higher self.
yeah. Uh, and we're going to look at it this way.
Mm,
Consciousness, this person that has passed away does have a past life
mm,
earlier.
mm,
Even if they don't
mm.
remember it, their consciousness has experienced something previously or in a whole different
Okay.
space. So
Okay.
when we talk about higher self, it is
Mm,
another part of them that is not as
mm,
limited, but that part of their
mm,
consciousness has more awareness, has more
mm,
understanding. And you can just like, hey, allow yourself to connect to your higher self or a part of
mm,
you that is, outside of this duality, for example. Because consciousness chooses to, let's say, like in a video game or a certain
mm,
program, to look at
mm,
something and experience something. It's like you turn on
mm,
TV and watch a certain program because that's what you're interested in. But there are tons of
mm.
programs, or you can turn off TV and understand that there's a whole lot more to experience. So for a lot of people, they're
Okay.
watching soccer, and you can tell them, hey, besides soccer and TV, there's much more to experience. So besides this human life and passing
Mm,
away, there's much more, and you have an aspect out there or a part of you
mm.
that can be free of duality. So again, depends on the wording, depends on the intention. Sometimes like you can tell them to connect to the higher self, but you set the intention that they're gonna connect to a part of them that's away from this duality. Everyone will have a higher self.
We
Go on,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, yeah, it's okay. I am listening. Uh,
Everyone will have a higher self, so it doesn't matter who you talk to and who passed away.
mm, mm,
We're looking at a setting that you can always remember an earlier life. It doesn't matter what it is.
mm,
So a person
okay.
will always have something to track back on, to rewind time and look
Mm,
at something else, for example. But there are tons of parts that they can explore and connect to,
oh,
and yeah, there's a lot of freedom out there.
okay. Unless the NPC or force people, NPC are saying that
Yeah.
they're just
Uh,
programming. They don't have they have higher self?
for the NPC, uh, the vessel, the physical body, is empty.
Yes.
And
Okay.
what's running that body is like a computer program, an AI.
Okay.
So if an NPC would pass away, there would be nothing.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
no
Yes.
soul
I
or
think
nothing.
so.
It's yeah, just a
Yes.
physical body and
Okay.
that's it.